Hello, 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 hello. Okay. Hope you enjoyed that. It goes well with the. I hope you like the Ramatam.
Yeah, I love it. It's a banger. I love that song.
Ramatam. All right, I'm just gonna basically. I need to announce this new link in Discord, so I'm just gonna do that, and then we're gonna kick straight in. Sorry about that. Spaces for some reason wouldn't let me start that original link, so just getting this new one out now, and then we're gonna kick off. Link. Let's go. Okay, so that's out there. Everybody knows what's going on. We are back online. Thank you very much. Thank you for your patience. I hope you enjoyed the song as well. It kind of went well. I was just for some reason it just came into my mind.
No, it's good.
Rama time, and I was like, you know what? That's a play right there.
That's the song.
We need to keep that one going. All right, cool. So let's kick things off. We've got a couple of hooligans in the mix right now.
What up, everybody?
What up, everybody? We got West in the house. I don't know if you can hear West. Put up your thumbs. I'll love.
Can you guys hear me over there? We're using one phone right now. And I'm also a little sick, so I'm trying to keep my distance from
Yo,
this
keep your distance, brother. I don't want to get sick too.
Yeah,
I've been sick like 3 times in the past 3-4 months. But
me and you have gotten sick quite a bit over the last.
that don't sound right, bro. That don't sound right, man. It doesn't sound right at all, man. I don't want to hear that kind of stuff.
We have been working hard. We have been working
Yeah, I've been working super duper hard. All right, cool. Let's kick things off. So this is the second reverse AMA. I think last week went really well, so we're going to continue this on Twitter Spaces. Ended up being like a 2-hour bumper session last time. Unfortunately, only got an hour this week, but let's make that hour count. Let's make it powerful. Let me see some more emojis in the room, and then definitely give us a like, give it a retweet and comment as always. Let's make sure people know we're here and know what we're talking about. Knock on your neighbor's door and ask them to join, and tell them to ask their neighbors to join too. Everybody always says when marketing, now marketing.
Yeah.
The power's with the people. We always talk about marketing, but the best marketing since the start of time has always been word of mouth. You cannot beat word of mouth, right? So when marketing, now marketing. Let's go, Ramadan.
Stick your phone in other people's faces.
Yeah, stick your phone in people's faces. If you're walking down the street, stop at the bus stop and put it on loudspeaker.
Yeah.
It's Ramadan out here.
Listen to this.
I'm just gonna keep saying Ramadan now.
Ramadan.
Yeah.
Ramadan.
Anyone else want to jump on and just say Ramadan right now? Request to speak if you do. Okay. Anyway, let's run with the same agenda we had last week. We're going to start with some project updates. I'm going to pick a topic for discussion. Last week we spoke about value for OG holders. This time I want to talk about kind of branding and kind of growing our brand. I've been hearing a lot of chatter about that, so I want to talk about it. So get ready. Prepare your thoughts because this is an opportunity for you to all speak. And I don't want to be the only one speaking here. I don't like the sound of my own voice. I get tired. I need some hydration, all that stuff. And then we're going to go into ideas time. Ideas times, anything goes. It's a bit of a jam session. Talk about weapons, gameplay modes, perks, content ideas, whatever it is you want to get off your chest. Let's get it down. I've got a sheet. I'm recording everything. This is an opportunity for you all to get anything off your chest. All right. So in terms of project updates, let's kick off with that. What's happened since? It's only been a week, right? So what's happened since last week? Just to recap what we spoke about last week. Firstly, we spoke about the token round, the token FDV allocations and emissions. If you want to recap, go check out last week's session. It's there. It's probably like 2 tweets down on my personal Twitter. So go check that out. We talked about some partnerships. We talked about ZuckBot contract migration and some of the stuff we're doing to spruce up front of house. We talked about GDC and some more stuff. That's all still there. So we're not going to we're not going to go over everything we've already covered. Go and check that out if you want to. So in terms of updates since, I want to get stuck into this. So firstly, good news is we have hired a new solidity dev and blockchain engineer, so we are starting to bolster up our team in that department and really focus in on a real sharp execution. Really impressed with her so far, and she's been hitting the ground running. We do want to give her a bit of time to get up to speed with things, and to that end, although the new ZuckBot contract was ready to go, we want to give her a bit of time to go through it and benefit from her experience too. So I am asking you all for a little bit more time to get through that. It's always important with a new member of staff to give them an ample opportunity to kind of embed in, review things. And, we want to support that since she's new and, is going to be a core part of the team going forward. Were you about to say something?
Yeah, absolutely. And, one thing that just kind of to make a note of there too, we know that there have been stumbles in the past, so we're really taking it seriously to just make sure that we're on point and taking the time to make sure that everything is really tight here. So we're just, we take that as something to,
Focus is always on execution. And so for migration, expecting probably tail end of next week or maybe early into the week after, to give it enough time for the additional dev to pick things up. Also, we're pushing on our end, as previously discussed, to bring the Zuck Corp items contract down to 0% royalties, because we know that there's parts in there. People are going to want to get their hands on parts for the next activation. So we are hoping to get that down to 0%. We'll have an answer on that tomorrow. Further to what we're doing in terms of sprucing, bolstering up the kind of Solidity blockchain dev team is, we are also actively seeking to onboard a strong and respected dev in the space to act more on an advisory and assurance basis. So not somebody who's going to be, really kind of deep down in the weeds on day-to-day development, but more on advisory and assurance. And actually, shout out to Ox Creek, who's been putting us in touch with a couple of really respected individuals. Soon to have some conversations, but I feel the additional hire we've done and a strong advisor coupled with our new game developing architect, who's also very, well versed in Solidity and even Rust, will actually put us in a really solid stead as we kind of build out and develop even further. So dev meter is on bullish right now, full bullish. Green meter to the right now. And
devs can do something. Yeah.
Devs are definitely doing. Devs are always doing something. Talking about devs, let's talk about game development updates. Going strong as always. The team is smashing it out of the park right now. As always, actually, you've probably been seeing a lot of leaks from Sir Sweetness, new animations, jump pads, teleporters, etc. It's going to be super fun, and the way you kind of get around the map is going to be a lot more fun as well. I've started to see some of those jump pads and kind of teleporter moves happen, and you literally have a lot of fun just kind of getting around. Tomorrow we've got a live stream. I'm not going to cover too much on this because we've got Kevin who's going to talk a little bit more about that. And we'll start to showcase some of the new developments we've got. The rebuild is near enough at parity with the old version, so now we're going to be building up from there. Kevin Mack will give us more on that, and now hopefully I'm going to start to get you some more footage to share as well. So things are looking really good in that space. I'm really excited about the next iteration of this, and with every iteration it's going to get better and better, and even like optimization, frame rates, it's running so damn good right now. So I think you're going to be really impressed and happy with how well progress has gone. Important to note, just another thing, myself and West often get suggestions quite a lot in DMs about things that other projects are doing that are working well for them and bringing out a bit of hype. I'll always take notes and listen in. Just one thing to note, it's just important that in most cases, hype's often short-lived, and most projects are not actually building products. They're not really building anything, actually, and that's no disrespect to the projects, but I want everyone to kind of remain cognizant of the fact that, we're building products, we're building a game, we're building entertainment pieces, and we're always, at the same time, trying to innovate. The levels, and we're really pushing to be at the highest level. So would love to do some extra bits here and there, but we can't always do everything. We've got a lot on our plate already, and me and West are pretty skinny dudes and can't eat that much. But we've got a guy on my left who definitely can eat a lot. So I don't know if he's willing to take on any additional food, but that's Rabbit Ricardo. How much can you eat, Rabbit?
Oh, more than anybody knows.
All right, there you go. So, all right, we're going to push some more weight. So basically, everybody who got any other ideas or want us to do what other projects do, hit up Rabbit Ricardo. He'll take care of it. Good stuff. All right, next thing I want to talk about is roadmap update. Lots to update and add. I know you've been asking for it, and I know said we'll get it done and get the orange paper done. It's due review 2. We're working on it. It's likely we're going to do this in 2 stages. We're going to do a small uplift ASAP, which will contain the updated roadmap and a bit more information, and we're going to do a larger overhaul, probably a month to 6 weeks before token launch. Markets are looking a little bit better. There's been a dip today. Sentiment around gaming's a lot stronger. There's a lot of good products and projects coming out this year. You know, we're working on a launch strategy with the partners and legal, and we want to get this out and we want to build some solid momentum around it. There's a lot of eyes on us. There's a lot of expectations. You know, people are really expecting big things from us. Not just the community, but you know, everybody around in the space, partners. Like you know, the conversation that we're having with a lot of our partners who are also, you know, invested or partners in other upcoming Web3 games is to really see us as being at a, you know, a really high level and really kind of you know, well positioned, further in development, and you know, we've got a lot of pressure on our shoulders. But you know, I've been hitting the weights, so I'm ready to lift a little bit more. So yeah, we want to really ensure that we're focused on making sure we hit it out of the box, and that's where we're all at with that. We spoke about overhaul the website and picking up on some of our other socials, YouTube. All is in hand. The plan is to have kind of version 1 of all this done in time for GDC, which is towards the tail end of March. You know, this stuff does take a little bit of time, so we're working on that. We're also working on a new trailer, which will be a mix of cinematic and gameplay. So, you know, we've got both elements. A lot of games only have cinematics. A lot of individuals don't even have proper gameplay yet or are scared of showing gameplay. So we're going to do a mix of both so you can see that what we're doing is real. Might not have it ready by the end of March, but it is in the works, and also is a more informational piece that we're going to pin on our socials that'll give, you know, a full overview of what's going on in a very easy to digest format. You know, it's very difficult with any kind of project trying to get a grasp of what's going on because there's always so much going on, and you know, often a lot of crypto Twitter and projects rely on crypto and NFT projects, gaming projects rely on Twitter. Twitter isn't the best kind of medium to give you an overview because, you know, it's in terms of date, time, when things happen, and you've got to really kind of go down and search. So we do want something that's a lot more easier to digest. So we're definitely working on that as well. And that'll give a, you know, full overview of everything we're doing. I hear a lot of, you know, people not knowing where to start or what's going on. And we've got so much going on. So we want a really easy way of onboarding new entrants and provide information for those who are just, you know, looking in and peering in, because, you know, we've got a lot to be proud of. We've done a lot. We continue to do a lot, and we really kind of want to showcase that. New news. I've got one bit of really exciting news. Okay, all right. Unfortunately, as always, I have checked what I can say and what I can't say. But what I can say is we're in the process of making an agreement to bring the Hooligans in as characters on one of the biggest game franchises out there. And I believe we're going to be the first in the space to do that. So you heard it here first. They're saying Q3, but, you know, things can move. I'm personally expecting probably more towards the end of the year, so Q4. So, yeah, hopefully this year the Hooligans will be in one of the biggest games out there. And that's not a Web3 game either. This is a big traditional game, one of the top 10. That's all I can say at this moment in time.
You did not breach any of the guidelines.
I've not breached any of the guidelines, but this is really exciting. This is really exciting in terms of kind of bringing the brand to the masses as well, and getting it. I'm trying to speak here, guys. I don't know what kind of thing, kind of like piece my words together. So that's huge news. I want to share more. I know who it is. I know what's going on, but unfortunately, I can't. Just in case, I don't want to jinx it either, because you know it's massive. It's massive, and it's gonna push our brand out there in ways, you know, in the biggest way possible, basically. All right. I'd love to see some guesses.
Applebee's, but bigger.
Yeah, it's definitely not. Applebee's don't have a game unless it's an eating game.
Yeah, I think they got that earn game.
Play to eat game. All right, so I definitely kind of want to hear you talk about who you might think it is in Discord as always, to get that out there. So that's really exciting. All right, I think that's all I wanted to give in terms of project update. Now, before we go on to the next session, just get ready. I definitely want some individuals to step up and get ready to speak. Also, if there's anything else that I've not covered in the update, do jump in and ask so I can cover that and get that dealt with. You know, this session isn't just about us giving you an update; it's about hearing from you too. So let's move on to the deep dive discussion for today. And this ain't on me, it's on you now. I want to turn the mic over. I've always hearing talk about My Pet Hooligan being very kind of game centric and, us being more than that and suggestions to kind of build the brand out further. We do believe we're more than that. And, we also know that the different profiles of individuals who are part of the community and our holders. Some will be gamers, some will be collectors, some will be traders, etc. We're in the process of doing a refresh. We're doing a refresh of our site. We're doing a general over refresh. We'd like to open this up to the audience and ask you all what you'd like to see more of or less on. We've got the game, we've got the creative tools, we've got content, we've got feature film development underway, we've got a lovable character. What else can we hit on in your perspective to really kind of push the brand out more? And as we develop our new site, I'd love to get some community direction on things you'd like to see, or things that you think would make our ecosystem easier to understand. So I need some volunteers right now. I want some of you to step up and kind of talk to you about stuff, because we hear about some of this stuff in Discord, but it's always good to jump in as well. All right, good stuff, Sir Jam. Here we go. Sir James, sorry, not Sir Jam, but definitely Jam with us, Sir James. Sir James, you're up. Talk to us, brother.
GM, the Hooligan.
Hooligan, let's go. Rama time. Say Rama time.
Yes, sir. Rama time.
Let's go.
Baby. I love it. No, I've been in the community since Mint. It has been an exemplary time here since then. I just had a thought pop into my head, and it's probably because I'm like pretty stoned. But what if, right? This is like the biggest what if you could ever conceive. With you guys being in California and having your animatable abilities, what do you think about like a metaverse podcast? Right?
I really like that idea actually. So we've actually, I don't know if have you seen did you see the last live stream we did? Or was it the last live stream?
I did not.
Definitely check it out. So we had the full panel on a couch, including digital characters in real time. So that's something we can definitely do. We can do it a mix of IRL and digital. It doesn't even have to be in a metaverse. Our studio is literally the metaverse. So that's something we could definitely do, and that's something I would definitely want to lean into. Obviously, time permitted, it takes time, and if anybody's willing to help out and get involved, we need guests. We need programming. We need people to help with logistics. But we're definitely down. We've got a setup here. We could do a weekly talk show. We can have guests on from the space, outside of the space. We could have Hooli interviewing them in real time. We can do all kinds of stuff. And, it's a great idea because not only is it good in terms of, entertainment and content, it also showcases what we're capable of as a studio as well. And also the wit of Hooli. So we're down.
We're certainly open to it. It's really it really is just a bandwidth issue. And Sir James, first off, just want to say, really stoked to have you here, brother.
Let's go, Sir James. So
I appreciate it.
If anybody's listening in now or anybody listens into this after, if you want to help, honestly, we very much so welcome help. Let's do it because I'm 100% down.
Skyhopper and I really enjoy when we do get the chance to do Hooli radios. We haven't been doing as much of them lately, but that's always been a real pleasure when we do have the bandwidth and the time to do it. So we would love to be able to. If you guys have people you'd like us to interview or speak to, shoot them our way. We'll see what we can do.
I've definitely got a lot of individuals that are names and
we got to get Hooli to interview Joe Rogan and Snoop Dogg.
All right. Joe Rogan might be difficult.
It's over.
Get a hold of, but we'll see what we can do there.
Snoop Dogg's a bit more achievable.
So sick.
I'm in LA. We bump into quite a few individuals here and there, so I just got to bump into.
I saw Gary Busey on PCH once, so I'll see if I can get him in here.
Yeah, I bumped into Damon Dash yesterday as well, so that was interesting. But yeah, there's no shortage of people we can get, but we need a bit of help with kind of managing the logistics side of that and programming, because we've got a lot on our plates right now. We've got a lot to deliver for you all, and we definitely want to stay focused on that too. But we also want to have fun. So let's go it. Let's do it. All right. So great suggestions, Sir James. I'm going to leave you on as a speaker for now because not many other people are willing to bat right now.
Step up, Carrot Gang. It's time for you guys to hop in here.
Step up, Carrot Gang. We're talking about brands, talking about pushing the brand out more. Let's talk about it. We're talking about new website, new front of house, what we can do to improve it. Any suggestions? A good suggestion? No suggestions? A bad suggestion? So let's have it. And I was trying to spur on some suggestions as well. Like I was kind of thinking when I was driving this morning to the studio, I was like, well, what if, and I don't know if this will work or not, what if you loaded up mypethooligan.com and you were just greeted by Crystal Bun, and there's nothing else on the page in black, and you can just speak to Crystal Bun and like literally just get all the information you want. Or Crystal Bun helps you navigate the site, and you say, okay, tell me more about the project. Crystal Bun will take you to the About Us site page and kind of talk through it. Kind of thought that'd be pretty cool. Nobody's done that. And we can definitely, I think we can make that happen.
We could definitely make it happen, but I feel like just in general, the back end and the APIs in general need some updating, right? So you don't want to be lagging, waiting for responses just to get to an about page, right?
It's true. It's true.
But still, nonetheless, I mean, I
don't know. Maybe that's a North Star for the future.
I think that's definitely something that we could start to play test and mess around with.
Yeah. What's up? I see you've suggested yourself to help out with the podcast. Thank you very much. Okay, Sir James, you're still up. Rex Avocado, you're next. Let's go for it, brother.
Hey guys. So building on what you did with that Crystal Bun, my idea was similar, except for I think that if we had a video with Hooli explaining the project, that would be a great start, right? So I think there's that would be when you come to the webpage, Hooli will tell you about the project. He can be pretty cheeky about it, tell you what you should buy, shouldn't buy, not financial advice. And then that video Fly Guys would be perfect. So
you know what? That's a great idea, actually, and it's probably a little bit easier. We can deliver both things, but it's probably something we can deliver by March before GDC, actually. So I'm down with that.
And
so
then
it's Hooli. So imagine like Hooli kind of. So the way I'm thinking it, and just help me visualize this, but from what I'm getting here is you go on the mypethooligan.com, Hooli greets you, talks to you a bit, and then it kind of goes into the site. Is that what you're thinking, or what have you got in your head?
I mean, it could be that way. You can't pass go until you listen to Hooli, and of course you can X out of it, right? But kind of pay your dues with Hooli, tells you about the project. The other thing is when you release the new orange paper, you could have Professor Hooli explain each of those pages, right? So that when someone goes to the orange paper and they're like, well, what does this actually mean? Professor Hooli should have a video on each of those pages, breaking that down in layman's terms, to people.
Yeah. I love it. I actually like that.
Just like
you get this down, yeah.
Just like Clippy, we see that one.
I like that. So if we can. It's almost like explain this section to me, and Professor Hooli kind of talks.
And funny you should ask too, just because we've already got a couple pieces of content in production right now that's sort of in the same vein. It's not AI driven, but it is going to be still essentially new onboarding tools and onboarding pieces of content to get people into the community and just understanding the facets of the ecosystem.
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of all in the same vein. We did
good stuff.
You could call it Hooli GTP, right? Like summarize this page for me. It's like the bootleg Chat GTP. Like he's the old school style.
We've got an actual Hooli tries ChatGPT video already. Is that finished? Is that done with editing?
I have a feeling that might be coming out for us.
All right. Well, let's see if we can get that out today. Actually. Oh, it's Valentine's Day. Okay. All right. There you go. You got to look forward to Hooli using ChatGPT for Valentine's Day. Maybe he scores that. I don't know. Let's see. Rego Rainer. I'm reading the Discord chat, by the way. I'm looking in the main general chat. So yeah, subtitles for sure. Really important. Not something we want to forget about. Let's make sure we got that. So I'm reading the chat as well. So if anybody's too shy to speak up, jump in. But Sir James, you're back up.
What's going on? One thing I wanna say. I know you guys can't comment on it because you guys are probably under NDA. But don't say anything if Epic Games Fortnite is the game that Hooli's going to be getting into.
I'm going to have to go ahead and just make some noise here because nothing's...
Can't confirm and can't not confirm.
Yeah, exactly.
Does that make sense? I don't know.
Righteous. All right.
I mean, you've got that's a top 10 game, right?
Yeah.
So you've got a 1 in 10 chance of being right there, sir. I'll blink. Yeah,
Hey,
okay. I'll
10%
blink
is
twice.
good,
I'll
dog.
blink. It's a good suggestion. I'm gonna blink twice if what you said's true.
All right.
Okay,
All right.
there's the
Cool.
answer.
All right.
Just
Now,
so you know, yeah, I saw what he did. I can't say what he did, but I did see it.
right. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
Yeah. All right. There you go. Okay. Cool. So yeah, now we're massively excited about that. It's it's good, and we do have as we've always mentioned, we do have a really good relationship with Epic. We do have regular conversations with them. They're supporters of what we're doing. They will help us when we ask from time to time. So yeah, that's it's definitely not out of the question. Let me just say that much. That's all. That's all I'm going to say. I can't say any more. Can't say any less.
No, we're pumped about it.
All right. Well, I've lost
I
to
love
Hooligan. I'm in Hooligan chat now, and I'm in the Bunnyverse. All right. So if anybody's got any questions, want us to touch on anything, just jump into the general main chat, not the certified chat, the normal chat. I'm looking at that right now. Okay, carry on. I want some more speakers on board. We're talking again. This is a deep dive. We're talking about brand development, and kind of not concerns but feedback about us being too kind of game centric on what we can do in that space or what you want to see more of us. We're talking about cleaning up front of house a bit with a new website and kind of any ideas on what you want and any kind of functionality you think is important as well.
And this is probably a good time to ask you guys as well. We talked a lot about the hook of this IP. What about this IP is strong? We feel really good about all the elements of this that we know and love. But curious to get your guys' feedback. What My Pet Hooligan kind of means to you guys. Like what hooked you about this world, this community, this IP, and all of the above. I'm curious to get your thoughts here because these are things that we're constantly distilling in our brand identity and understanding how to communicate that, put our best foot forward.
All right, we got Jay Dunk up to the bat as well.
Dunk?
Let's go, Jay
How you
Dunk.
doing, buddy?
Jay Dunk has left the building straight away.
Yeah.
All right, so okay, cool. We definitely want some speakers up here. We got Rex Avocado, we got Sir Jam, we got Jay Dunk, we got 6967. 6967 is never short of words. But Jay Dunk, let's go.
Sup? Yeah, guys.
Great, beautiful hooligan you got there as well. I love it.
Yeah,
look at that.
I'm sporting this now for the next year and a half, maybe for
Nice.
Yeah, guys. I'm just gonna just say that I'm an actor. Before I jumped into this crypto stuff, I was an actor, and the pandemic stuff hit that acting scene hard. There was no stage work, there was no film work.
Okay.
There was no commercial work. Everybody's wearing masks. It was just brutal. And when I got in the crypto scene, when the pandemic hit, I saw what you guys were doing, right off the mint, and I was just stoked about the facial recognition software in real time. And I think that's something that you guys offer that not a whole lot of other projects offer. So I still look for that, on the daily. Look for it, like that meme. I can't even think what meme it is, but he's looking around, holding his jacket, and he's just looking around. And it's just really inspiring, and I love that you guys have this tech. And that's what got it, really got me into it and got me excited about this. And I just
Amazing.
Love using the tools. I think my suggestion would be a really cool marketing kick is if you guys, I don't know if you, this is just a silly suggestion, but if you contacted Applebee's, you probably already have a partnership. Who knows? You can solve the Rubik's Cube if you want, but if you contacted them and said, hey, can we drop a coupon for all hooligan holders to get half off boneless wings during happy hour? $1 off, $1 off boneless wings. I'm just saying, I think it would be revolutionary. A partnership unlike anything we've ever seen.
It's an interesting challenge. Let me make a note of that. I'd just like to do it just to show that.
I would be so happy if we could.
All right, I'm making a note of this in my ideas master tracker. So give me a sec. Give me a sec. So Applebee's
50 cents.
dollar
50-cent discount on
50-cent discount. 50-cent discount on boneless wings. All right, if we pull this off. I don't know. I was going to say, what do I get in return? But you know what? I'll get enough in return just from your energy. So I'll get enough from return just by pulling it off.
This will be like Rick and Morty Szechuan sauce.
Yeah, Szechuan sauce. So I'm gonna try and.
If you pull this off, it will be the greatest thing that the NFT space has ever seen.
All right. Oh shit, man. All right. Okay. In that case, and I'm gonna go for it. I mean, I've got a better relationship with Denny's just because I'm there all the time.
All wings are good wings.
All wings are good wings.
I don't know.
All right, cool. All right, you know what? Challenge accepted, sir. I'm not saying I'll get it done today, tomorrow, but you know, as and when I get time, I'm definitely gonna make some calls. See if we can. You know what? For some reason, I don't think it's out of the question. I think you know what? Nothing in this world is out of the question ultimately. I think about this often a lot, and I think like there's. When I look at other individuals who are successful in certain things, I think there is absolutely no reason why I can't also do that. Like we're all human beings in most cases, you know, unless there is a particular reason why I can't. It's it's so important to remember that, you know, we have the ability to be whatever we want to be and to really kind of push ourselves in any direction we want. Often it comes down to discipline and effort and how much you're willing to put in.
Right? So say this then. So if there are any VPs of marketing or anybody involved in the Applebee's Corporation in the community, tell them to come forward and talk to us and see what we can do.
And that's always remember. What's the other saying that you're only like 3 people away from anybody in the world, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
All right, so we somebody here knows somebody who knows somebody at Applebee's.
Eating good in the neighborhood.
Yeah. So let's make it happen together. So here we go. Here's a challenge. Let's all. You know what? Let's do a hooligan shout out to Applebee's. We're gonna do it. Let's put that on the content schedule.
Shout out to
That's
Applebee's.
amazing.
Rate of all the LinkedIn profiles of Applebee's.
Yeah. We're going for it. Challenge accepted, sir.
Yeah, we'll hit him on Twitter too. You know.
Yeah. We all right. So first step is anybody who's got contacts at Applebee's, let me know. Second step is Hoolie's gonna do a shout out to Applebee's, and then third step we're all gonna rate it. And then fifth step is Don Julion is going to make some calls, and we don't want to have to go to that. We don't have to go there. We don't. I don't know what the fourth step is, but I can't. I thought maybe that's the fourth step. Fourth step, secret sauce. Fifth step is Don Julion is going to make some calls, and when Don Julion makes some calls, he makes offers. The individual can't refuse. So we're taking it on. We've got Spotted Risk on the scene. Spotted Risk, you're doing some amazing work on the animation side. Loving what you're doing. If there's any way we can support further, let us know. And Doc, you're up as well. So
that's why I raised my hand. So here's good day, everybody. Big up Hooligans every time. So here's what I need. What I need is more access to Hoolie. Can I get like 100 Hoolie phrases recorded so that I can match Hoolie into my work and play with Hoolie a little bit? Same with Crystal Buns. Crystal Buns is, okay, so I'll back up. Let me back up a little bit. So the question was, what got me into Hooligans? Number one, I see a lot of NFT projects and it's all fluff, bro. It's pure fluff. Ain't nothing going on, not even the rent. Okay.
Yeah.
So Hooligans is actually doing stuff and giving me the ability to play with this thing. That was a turn on for me. But I have a young daughter. She's under 2 years old. And once you introduce Crystal Buns, to me, that's no different than Moana or any other Disney type character where my child can grow with this character and the rest of that stuff. So I see a lot of potential there. I want to play with Crystal Buns. I want to push Crystal Buns. I need some content. That's all I need. I just need like you guys to give me like an hour of Hoolie acting stupid so I can mix it in. Because
all right, talk, give me some examples. I need some examples.
Well, Okay, well, I'm out
And
myself
what
right
are you
now.
looking for? You're looking for something against a green screen? Like, talk to me.
Yeah, because I'm video friendly, right?
Yeah.
I'm Adobe certified, like, so I can get down in Adobe, all Adobe products, so I can play the game. Like, even some of the things, and I'm going to say this to whoever is doing some of the programming over there. I didn't understand at first why hologram had different hues in the backgrounds to play with. But now that I've started keying, now that I've started doing keying on the characters, I realized that without that hue in the background, there's a lot of colors I would be missing on some of my characters because of the greens, because of the blues and the reds, right? So
Right.
I see what you guys are doing, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been in this industry for a very long time. I own an insurance company, and we do specialty insurance for the film industry. So a
Nice.
lot of your favorite movies, we do risk management with insurance and stuff like that. We're an underwriter for Lloyd's of London, the biggest
Oh,
insurance company in the world.
yeah.
So we're not little boys. I'm an old boy. I'm 57 years old. I'm a grown ass man playing with
Oh, you don't
hooligans.
sound like it.
Nah,
You're
nah,
still
that's
young at
because I
heart.
keep it young. I
By
keep
the
it
way,
young.
before I need my biceps insurance if you can make that happen.
We can do that. We can do that. We
Let's
do
go.
toes, breasts, all kind of stuff.
Wow.
So my business partner is also on here with me. We
Yeah.
own a media company, At a Glance Media. Currently, we manage over 400 social media accounts for famous people, Grammy Award winners, news people, everything. So when
Yeah.
it comes to the marketing and stuff like that, we're really aggressive in what we do. I've been very aggressive with hooligans. I didn't want to offend anybody with the aggressiveness, so I've been really tame to my normal behavior. But all I need from you guys is like a media pack with some
Yeah.
300 DPI graphics and stuff like that, because I will run down Applebee's. You guys want somebody at Applebee's? I'll go get Applebee's. Like, and there's a lot of talented people in the community. There's a ton of talented people in the community. And
Yeah,
you're
agreed.
right, word of mouth is the best sales you have because the people talking about the product believe in the product. So marketing out, Tom Cruise can help us, but not much. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's better off coming from the community. I love everything. I'm a patient person. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I'm not worried about the rush because the longer it takes, the better it tastes. That's how the cooking works.
Nice.
So,
So, dude, you've got all the lyrics. You've got all the lyrics right now.
and that's the thing. If you guys can arm me up with a little more content, like I just
Yeah.
want to have at Crystal Buns, man, because she has a Twitter page. I don't know if you guys have been seeing this, and
I've
I
been
don't know
seeing it.
which one of y'all is doing it, but she's getting action out there. People love
Yeah.
her because it's a girl, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's Stash. I've been watching Stash. I've been messing with Stash too. So there's a lot of good people tied to this, and the community members is your strongest asset right now. They
Agreed.
definitely are.
All right. I've heard you loud and clear, sir. We're gonna
So
get you.
yeah,
We're gonna get you some stuff.
get me like just give me an hour of Hooli acting stupid on a green screen,
Yeah.
anything he can think of, and I'll make videos to mix it in. Let us
Trust
mix
me.
content.
If we let Hooli loose on green screen, you can make him an hour's worth of content without us even telling him anything.
Once we let him go.
All right. Cool. Second challenge accepted.
And we might
Okay,
be taking you up on that Applebee's.
Yeah.
Listen. My partner's
Apple.
in here right now. So it's BD. His name's BD. If you look in the chat, he's in there. This man will get us Applebee's. I give you. Watch this. I'll show. Cause that's why I brought him. Because this is my other half in the business world. So I brought him in. I shot him a ZuckBot the other day because I've been trying to get him into NFTs.
Right.
And so I forced him in by sending him a ZuckBot. So he got no choice now. So we'll get you somebody at Applebee's. Somebody inbox me somebody to send Applebee's to talk to.
All right. So
I know who to
Applebee's
shoot
are going to
him
get hit like they've never been hit before. I don't think they understand what's happening here.
You remember the whole thing happened at GameStop? So that's
Applebee's, yeah. All right, cool. Challenge accepted, sir. Hooli's kind of gone missing. But you know, we're trying to locate his whereabouts at the moment. Once we do, we'll get you some footage over Crystal Bun and Hooli, hopefully.
That's what we can do.
Yeah, and you know, going forward, we are working on AI integration for Hooli and Crystal Bun, so you'll soon be able to get them to do what you want. There
Nice.
is a lot of innovation happening on this side, and that's also going to be reflected over in IMI too. So we're working on some new things to make content creation even easier, and maybe with just some text as well. So look into it. Not look into it. Look forward to it. But Spotted Risk, keep doing what you're doing, sir. Yeah, you're doing amazing work
I have
out
one
there.
question though.
We're
I have
loving what you're
one
doing.
game question. I have one
Let's
game
go.
question.
Yeah.
Is my hoverboard able to fly, or is it just hover?
Is it able to fly or just hover?
Yeah,
You
meaning
soon,
am I?
well, there's a video coming out soon, and you'll be able to see what it's capable of. That's all I can say.
Okay, all right. I'll take
There,
that. I'll
there,
take that.
it's capable of a lot more than you think. Let me tell you that much.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. I love it. And thank you, sir.
All
Thank you,
right.
Mr. Hopper.
Okay. Cool. All right. Thank you very much. But yeah, important stuff you've raised there. Let's get it done. Okay. Regarena, I'm just seeing a question for you. Currently working on AI with Crystal Bun. I guess you have a model trained. Will there be an API for free using prompts? Cost money. I don't quite understand that, but
Not initially,
yeah.
Regrainer, but possibly that's something we might be opening up for AI developers to play with. But as of right now, no.
Okay, all right. West understood that better than me. So as of right now, no, but potentially in the future. But you all as a community will be able to play with Crystal Bun, in a very nice manner. Okay, let's get on to Roger Rabbit. Let's speak to us, sir.
Hey, what's going on, Carrot Gang?
Let's
Glad to
go.
be here.
Finally
Man,
got you in.
yeah, man, it's crazy. I'm in Twitter Spaces like all day, and I don't know why I have issues with this one, but not tonight, baby. Let's go.
Not tonight. Let's
Um,
go.
It was nice and easy. One click, you were right in there.
It wasn't quite because you couldn't get in initially.
Oh, seriously?
How many times did you try?
I rogued myself 3 times and
Wow.
it requested about like 2 dozen, but we made it.
All right.
Well, I admire your perseverance, man.
3 dozen is always a lucky number. All right, let's go, sir. Let's get it
All right,
get it all off your
anyway,
chest.
real quick,
Make it happen.
what brought me to MPH, what caught my attention, I think the fact that we get to use our assets. So much of this space, like hype, is just driven by a price attached to an asset. Like that's really what so much of the hype is about. It's just about price speculation. And this community, like between our content creation school tools and the game, and like we have so many ways to use our assets. And I think like that shows when we look at our holder count. I feel like I know some people have brought up like NFT Inspect and have shown like those visual pie graphs that show who's holding and for how long. And if you haven't seen, the Carrot Gang is like the definition of diamond hands. Like we have people that have been holding for a really long time. And I think it just goes back to that point. We get to use our assets. We're not just flipping them. You know what I'm saying? So that's the big draw. In terms of questions, I was curious about Interloop. I know it's kind of far off, but how do you guys procure Interloop collabs? Like, what are you seeking, or what's the process to like bring different communities on?
Yeah, so initially, as it stands, we've had a lot of individuals approach us so far. A lot of the approach has been people, projects, founders coming to us wanting to get involved. We've not yet started a very kind of thorough, business development cycle for Interloop, but as we kind of get through these initial, inquirers and individuals that we're already working on bits with, so we're already starting to integrate characters. We're already starting to work on characters. We're already starting to kind of give frameworks out. We will then start a real kind of business development push to actively go and bring others in too. So at this point, it's been a lot of individuals are seeing what we're doing out there. They're loving what we're doing and they want to get involved. But then it'll soon kind of move to actually a formal push to start to bring people, projects and brands in. You know, and what we got to remember here is Interloop's not just about Web3 brands. It's about any brands. So, you know, we want to go as far and wide with this as possible. You know, it is the North Star. It's a lot of development. But as we're developing the rabbit hole in parallel, we're developing some of the tools and technology and architecture that sits behind Interloop. You know, it'd be remiss of us and anybody actually to sit there. And this is one thing that, you know, unfortunately, has really kind of destroyed the word metaverse and kind of talk of wanting to develop, you know, a digital universe with some interoperability, is that, you know, there's tons of projects that have come out with mints and saying they're going to do stuff. This is not an easy thing to do at all. Like, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of development prowess, it takes a lot of business prowess, it takes a lot of networking, connects, a lot of money. And, you know, we're not trying to preempt or just, you know, throw something out there with the intent of, let's see if we can raise some funds and let's see if we can develop it. We're 100% making sure that we're showing and proving first. So everything we're doing, all the tools and technology and architecture we're creating, the rabbit hole, is all a part of showing and proving that we can actually develop something that individuals will want to use and get involved in. So we're taking what almost is a backwards approach in kind of crypto and NFTs, which is actually deliver something first and then go out with it, rather than saying here's a somewhat a promise that we will deliver something and just kind of falling short of it. So we're really definitely kind of cognizant of that and want to take our time to develop that. But yeah, individuals have already come forward, and we will have a more structured kind of formal business development approach going forward as we kind of progress through our journey. Right now, focus is really on continuously developing out the architecture tools, SDK frameworks, and ensuring that we have a hit with the rabbit hole too.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
No, that's awesome. No, cool. I'll definitely keep that in mind and try and keep communities in mind that I think would be like a good fit for ours.
Yeah, for sure. Because, like, you know, ultimately there's a lot of projects out there who are screaming for utility, and, you know, we can offer them utility. We could say, here's some utility for you straight away. So, you know, there are projects, there are individuals, there are founders, you know, there are brands that will want to get involved and, you know, even want to make their first leap in this space, and we want to definitely kind of help make that happen. So yeah, let's definitely keep projects in mind, and definitely always feel free to give us a shout. You've still got the mic.
Excellent.
If there's anything else you want to touch on, what you got any ideas for kind of brand development? Any ideas for, you know, kind of front of house? What else do you want to see on, you know, website, front of house, making the journey easier for people to understand? Open.
Yeah, I think some of the ideas that were brought up earlier about like Hooli or Crystal Buns greeting you is cool, but just make sure there's an option that, you know, someone can click out of and they can quickly navigate through a page. Because I know if something like that popped up and I didn't instantly understand what was going on, it would just irk me. And that's just being real. But real quick, something I want to touch on with Spotted Risk and what he was talking about. I don't know if anyone else has noticed in the Carrot Gang, but our Twitter presence is kind of on the come up. Not only are we more active, people are just really organizing in like the raid chats and the MPH chats. So I encourage, like, to anyone that's really that stays in the Discord, please pop out and, you know, get on Twitter and socialize a little bit, because I pop into a lot of spaces, like Sappy Seals, Frogs, Gutter Cat Gang, and just like a bunch. And oftentimes I'm the only hooligan, and people will comment and be like, "Oh man, a hooligan! Like, I never see you guys." And it's like, yeah, we have a bad habit of just staying in the Discord like a bunch of introverts. So really, when we talk about like what Spot Risk was talking about, the community is super passionate about the product. So they're like great spokespeople for the product. Don't be afraid to just get out on Twitter, be yourself. Just if you just post and be yourself, like, community will find you, people will engage with you, and don't be afraid to like interact with other communities, because if we want other communities to what's the right word? I'm from the East Coast. Sorry. If we want other communities to fuck with us, we have to fuck with other people too. You know what I'm saying? So Yeah, so I just want to encourage that. Shout out to the Carrot Gang, shout out Hair Raisers, Roger Rabbit out.
Yeah, thank you, Roger Rabbit. That's really important, and yeah, it's very true actually. And big shout out to Electrify as well. Electrify has been doing a lot of work behind the scenes to really kind of get us, get us organized around Twitter and build up awareness, and kind of looking at what works well, what doesn't. So big shout out to you all, and it's a massive thing actually, and that's why even bringing this reverse AMA to Twitter Spaces and really us trying to get everybody and encourage everybody to speak up is important, because it does give individuals who might not want to speak up, or might want to just type away, a bit more confidence to be able to do so. It also gives them confidence in understanding exactly what's going on as well. So really solid point you make there as well. So remember, everybody listening in, I'll tell you one thing, and I'm not saying the Carrot Gang are all like this, because there's definitely some vocal individuals in the team as well. But if you look back at me myself, I'd say about 5, 6, 7 years ago, I used to work and this is my own personal journey. I used to work in management consultancy, and so as part of working in management consultancy, you'd kind of do like 3 to 6 months, even 12 months, 24-month projects at various different clients. So, I worked across the board, a number of big international clients, and I'm the type of individual, like when I meet somebody new or I'm part of a new team, because you start to get embedded in a client team. I wouldn't always speak up much. I'd always be the individual in a meeting who wouldn't say anything, whereas everybody else was fighting to get their voice heard, just even if it's not anything productive they're saying, just so people can hear, just so people, our seniors, know they're speaking and think, yeah, they're actually making an input. And I always struggled with that. It actually took me a lot of development to really kind of grow the confidence around myself, and being able to speak up and being able to clearly kind of articulate what I want to say. So the version of me you hear, and I was about to say you see, you don't see.
You don't see him, but
The version of me you hear from today is completely different to the version of me maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, when I was that individual that didn't have the confidence to speak up. And it's not because I didn't have the confidence in knowledge. I just, for some reason, wasn't able to. And it really kind of took one of the directors to really kind of help me develop that and help me kind of grow my confidence in meetings and public speaking and be able to speak. So I don't know how I'm now so comfortable with it, because back then I would literally shy away from saying anything. And if I was going to say something, I'd actually have to write it down before the meeting or during the meeting to say it, and I'd probably stumble a few times. So, we're all individuals, and we all kind of have our own character journey and growth and development. So, if there's anything that I can help with on these kind of things, I'm definitely willing to help. But just understand that you can grow confidence, you can develop, you can, even if you are an introvert, because I'm a bit of an introvert, you can still know how to flex your style and be able to talk and adapt to certain environments. So, I've done it, and I'm no superhuman at all, and I used to really struggle with that. But that's a bit more about my personal journey. Were you about to say something, West?
no.
And West is like completely different. West will talk to anybody for like 2 hours about anything.
Well, it's interesting. I'm not, public facing. I definitely clam up, but over time, I feel like, no, I can actually very much relate to what you're talking about. It took me a long time to get comfortable speaking and speaking up, and I still struggle with that in many regards. It's like, I think in a lot of ways, at least for all of us, the human experience is extremely elastic, and if you put the work in and just work on kind of changing a little bit each day, it's actually pretty crazy what you can kind of end up achieving. It's nuts.
Yeah, all right. So we kind of went slightly off topic there, but I hope that was helpful anyway. Just kind of talking about individual
A
journeys.
little bit of self-help there.
Yeah, there you go. Well, it's self-help for me as well. But okay, I don't know where we were. But Webby, I've seen some comments for you. Let me have a quick read. But in the meantime, Hella has, if you wanna jump in, let's speak.
Oh yeah. How y'all guys doing today?
You're very well. How are you doing?
Man,
Good to hear from you.
look, I race home for these things. I
Wow.
miss them.
Thank you.
Can't miss them. These things, and when Akis, when he posts on YouTube,
Yeah.
if I do happen to miss these things live, but I've been so pumped. I haven't been this excited about anything.
Wow. Thank you.
In anything in a long time.
Wow.
And it's made me want to dive in, seeing this community, the amount of talent. I know somebody else already said it, but the amount of talent that y'all have pulled underneath your fingertips is unworldly.
Yeah, no, we're very lucky. I think about that a lot as well. Like, honestly,
we appreciate that. Thank you for shouting that out. Seriously.
it's like often I think like even if like there were other projects or other brands doing kind of like shorts that we're doing or doing some stuff with mocap. Like I think even if they were to do it, like we've got just so much talent around it that they could probably never do what we do and the way we do it. And we're also lucky that Hoolie's an absolutely funny little beast.
Absolutely.
And we can just let Hoolie go, and we'll always get something good out of it. So
it's like, all right, here's an idea. Let's let you riff on it for a little bit. It's like, oh, well, I got something to say with that.
Yeah, we're very blessed. Thank you. But sorry, back over to you.
No, but I got into this project. My brother-in-law got me on this project. It's the first NFT project that I purchased myself. I went in with a collider crash with him, and then another project that is all the way back below its mint.
Wow.
But so very selective, and he got me into this, and I seen what y'all were doing with Unreal 5, and I believe that ecosystem and that compatibility is going to be the apex.
100%.
All I had to do was hang out, and then I was lucky enough. I think a community member, I don't know what he was doing that day, but he sold me my PFP for what I thought was an amazing price. And I'm looking to get a third soon. I don't know if I'll ever be able to get any more of those because of the price of ETH and what it's going to do, but I'm glad to be here.
Dude, thank you very much for your comments. One thing I will say is like, this is generally to everybody, including myself, is like, never try to overextend yourself with anything. Like, risk management's really important. Just always do what you're comfortable with. I'd say that there's no like, to me personally, like, if you've got one hooligan or you've got 100, like, I see every individual, no matter what they do in life or what they're like, as the same as me, as the same as all of you. Like, we're all human beings, we're all in this together. And, appreciate your kind words, but, never kind of overextend yourself either. Just do what's comfortable with. Entirely. And even for individuals listening in who are not hooligans, as far as I'm concerned, if you're looking into what we're doing, if you're contributing to what we're doing, if you're just listening, you're part of the Carrot Gang as far as I'm concerned.
Part of this community, right? And
Exactly.
There's always going to be opportunities to purchase tokens, purchase characters, purchase NFTs, and get in
and there's always going to be an opportunity to just consume what we're doing, consume content.
Yeah, just the fact of having you here and being willing to participate and contribute to the community is immensely. We're immensely grateful for it, and that's kind of one of the greatest value propositions that we all collectively can offer is the fact that we've got a kick-ass, wonderful group of people together.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong. Also appreciate individuals who got 10, 20, 100 hooligans too.
Very much appreciate.
Big up the whales also. So yeah,
to whatever extent you can be involved, we appreciate you.
Shout out to Boo. I see you. Thanks for everything you've been doing. Definitely been seeing you tweeting about us, and thanks for kind of getting the link up with Real Jonah Blake too. All right, back over to you, Hella Hairs. Was there anything else you wanted to cover?
Man, I did see some discussion in the Discord. They were talking, they were questioning. I don't know if I remember y'all talking about it, but did y'all discuss how much y'all have raised in Series A funding?
So we've discussed what we've raised in the token round. Series A has just recently started, so we've not had any formal discussion around that with the community as of yet, but we did on the previous Reverse AMA talk about the token round and what was raised there. When we do the update of the orange paper, we will clearly communicate that information to and the partners that have come in also. So that'll be coming up, but definitely take a respin of the previous Reverse AMA as of last week. It should be probably like a couple of tweets under this.
All right. And I know it's kind of like a dead horse kind of thing now, but when orange paper?
When orange paper, well, so we're gonna if you might have missed the first part of this, but basically we're going to do it in 2 phases. We are going to do a quick revision of the orange paper ASAP, and then we're going to have a major overhaul, probably about 4 to 6 weeks before the token launch, which will be probably later in the year. So we will do a quick update soon. We will be doing an overhaul of the website and some of our kind of outward facing socials before GDC, which is towards the end of March. And the refresh of the roadmap also.
All right. Well, look, guys, that's all I had.
Thank you. That's more than enough. 6967. I see you've got your hand raised. I'm ready. I'm ready to unleash 6967. We're ready to unleash you.
Let's not fully unleash this guy, but
you've been unleashed.
I need to answer on your question early on in this space. So, like, what really brought me, for example, to My Pet Hooligan? I think it just starts with the aesthetics of these characters and the kind of world that we want to create. It's resonating on so many levels. I'd say it resonates to anyone that has ever seen a cartoony movie or some children's series or something. Like most of us might have seen one every now and then. And it started with that, but then it expanded into this idea of this transmedia world, because I just did the background check on the studio back in the early days, and I saw that, holy shit, these guys really know what they're doing, and they are really some like big players in where they come from, and now they're expanding, and I just saw the potential that this could literally be the next Pokemon, the next Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings, or that kind of like Star Wars, because what those things are really like, they've started usually in the movie section, and that's also like one of your strengths here is like you guys know how to make entertainment, and I don't think that games will like automatically pop off these days that often unless they have like the transmedia world and the concept that you can enter almost like no matter what you're into, but you can find that world and enter it. And what's the key and what's the potential here? It's that if we create a world where you give people the ability to express yourself and make connections through who you are genuinely and what you're interested in genuinely. So be you, do you, and enjoy and connect. Like that's where I see this going. It can be on so many different platforms, and it has like unlimited potential. And I also feel like this is almost starting the new era of transmedia worlds, because all the current ones that I just talked about, they're like very old, and obviously they're not going away. But I see this could be the new fresh thing with the rebels and with the escape from reality into the rabbit hole.
Yeah, you have very, very solid points there, 6967. And you're right, like, the gaming world, and you're from the gaming world, it's really competitive. It's what is it that you're doing that really makes you stand out? And, the fact that we're able to do all these shorts and, animated content and fun little mocap bits is really something that not everybody can do and not everybody does. And it's another tool in our toolbox to be able to kind of get awareness and get out there and do something different that others are not doing. Again, it's not to be understated how important our character development is, and all the thought that's gone into the character design and being able to pilot the characters and having them be so expressive, and the art style and direction is behind the game as well, because you have to do things that really set you apart. You have to be different. We can't just sit here and say, "Oh, we're going to build a Web3 version of Call of Duty because Call of Duty is big." Those Call of Duty players are not going to then come and play the Web3 version. If they are, they're going to play it to extract some tokens and get the hell out of there, right? So we're not trying to be what anybody else is doing. We've got our own style, we've got our own swag, and we've got our own toolkit behind it.
100%. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Like seriously, just all the credit for what's been done so far. Like this studio has been popping off, but I do see that the future is going to be like exponential, and people are not going to be ready for it, because this is like well, you have been telling, we are moving quite fast right now, and this is getting so much traction in like the real players. The thing is that like the real players are not necessarily the like Web3 investors at this point yet. Obviously, these are important pieces, but I know like we got the real ones from Web3 here right now. Many real ones that have known for this project for a long time. They're in here, and eventually it will be like no one can ignore it because it's going to grow too big. But I think that like super satisfied with the fact that we're gaining traction on so many different areas and not alone in Web3, because that's what many projects are doing. They're making this kind of fake pump and fake engagement inside Web3, but it's not like organic, it's not real traction, it doesn't last. And
You're
I think
right.
we are built different there. But I'm gonna
You're
finish
right,
now, so
and yeah, no, that's fine. And there's another thing that I've been kind of seeing, and I think a few upcoming games are literally using Web3. So they might have already been in development. They were never really kind of developed to be, Web3 focused or kind of have those elements in there. But they're really kind of using Web3 to develop a little bit of a community for their games. So these are games that have probably been in development for a couple of years. So I'm definitely seeing that out too, because everybody sees the power in Web3 communities and what's going on in this space. Like so many brands want to get involved. Everybody wants to dip their toe in. We've been building here from the ground up, so we've got a lot to offer on both fronts, and we're definitely going to be putting our best foot forward there. So thank you, sir. I have seen some questions from Webby in the Discord. Will a new dev take a look at the staking contract, see if there's a more gas efficient way when claiming?
Yes.
We can definitely make that happen. So that's a full yes on that. Has it been thought of posting the videos that go on Twitter, on TikTok and Instagram? Yeah, definitely. I think we have been doing that, but we've probably missed a few. So fair shout. We do have a couple of TikTok videos ready to go actually with Crystal Bond. I posted a teaser of one of them yesterday, so I'll look to get those out hopefully today and tomorrow. We want to have a bit more fun with TikTok. TikTok's a great medium to showcase things. It's really, you can really actually pick up a lot of traction on TikTok with just the right video. I know a lot of effort's been focused on the game, but is there a timeline for the next phase of the ZuckBots? We've been looking forward to the next videos. Okay, cool. In terms of that, the first step there is to get this new contract online, which we've spoken about earlier on in the conversation. We do have some more of the episodes in production, some in post production, some still in production. So we are going to get back on that. So do not despair. And we will give you a bit of a timeline on when the following activations are coming up. Like we said, a lot of the focus right now and as you said, it has been kind of put on the game side of things, because we really want to make sure we're hitting the next milestone for Alpha 2 and make sure we definitely throwing everything we can at it too. So great questions there. Hopefully that answered it. Okay. Okay. 1 sec. My phone just locks me out. I think we've probably done a little bit more than our allocated slot. I've just got somebody in. We've got Crypto NFT Maniac wants to jump in. So Crypto NFT Maniac, you are the last speaker to jump on. Give us your thoughts, ideas, anything around brand, kind of front of house, what kind of brought you into the Hooligans, what really excites you, and then I am going to ask you to close us out too, if that's okay. You're gonna have to close us out with a Rama time and a hooly hoo. But you will be the last speaker for today, unfortunately. But we are committed to keeping these sessions going. We do have a live stream tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so definitely jump in there too. So Crypto, you NFT Maniac, you are up, sir.
What's up? Almost time to go to bed. Past midnight for me, but anyway. A couple of topics. So what got me into my pet hooligan was definitely what 6967 already mentioned. Disney, Pixar, Industrial Light and Magic. When I was a kid, my dream was always to work for Industrial Light and Magic. Unfortunately, not good with drawing. So my path, my career is a different one. But anyway, if I look at my pet hooligan, if I look at the character, I see so much more potential than just the game, because the character at itself works 100% with people who are not in Web3. And I mean, I have already onboarded so many people, and I'm definitely even going to onboard more people to my pet hooligan. Some of them have never been in Web3. and even if I just only show them the short animations that you've created throughout the last year, they work. It's a fun character that works on an international level. So looking at it from a brand point of view, I do see merchandise. I might even see a My Pet Hooligan store popping up somewhere in the future. Not speaking of next year, but maybe in 4 years, 5 years, who knows? So I'm definitely, and I've mentioned that in a DM to you, speaking about brand ambassadors on a global level, because if you want to hit and go to, let's say, traditional gaming events on an international level outside of North America, you are not going to have a lot of fun organizing that event with a time difference of, let's say, 9 to 12 hours from California. So having someone locally also running community events with holders, getting in touch with other brands that you want to connect to could make sense. And I mean, I've mentioned it to you in a DM, and just wanted to hear your thoughts on that on the long term. Not starting this year, but maybe in a year or two.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely on board with all of that. You know, we definitely kind of see potential growth of the brand in and outside of the game.
And it will be good to have somebody managing those elements for us. And that's something, honestly, I know you just said that you had DM'd Skyhopper about. That's something that we would be open to just exploring a little bit further with you. You know, it's for us, again, it oftentimes just comes down to bandwidth. Yeah. But we would love to hear your thoughts further and see if we might be able to make something happen there. For sure. And you know, this brand is a very powerful. You know, has a lot of powerful potential to it. You know, it's the character, it's the edginess, it's the cuteness at the same time. It's the comedy. Like, it just touches on so many potential avenues for us. But you know, even though we are a big team, we're still a small team at the same time when it comes to actually taking this brand to the next levels. But that's definitely something we're very committed to do. We'd love to get to maybe actually explore that a little further with you if you're down.
Yeah. I'd love to support. I definitely love to support, and just some alpha. So there's one, like a gaming conference. It's the largest one in Europe, and I've already DM'd you the link. Happening each year. I definitely see a Pet Hooligan there. Well, if you guys need support in that regard, happy to support you guys.
Let's shoot for it. And you know, it's important to remember that, you know, and it was brought up early in the conversation, is that we're a community, and you know, in Discord we've got around over 30,000 individuals, and Twitter we've got, you know, just over 90,000. Like, there's so many people as part of this community. There's so many individuals who are holders, and you know, every individual in this community has their own skill set. They have their own expertise. They have their own thing that they do. Like, there's so much untapped potential, absolutely, in the community that, you know, we need to work out how we can allow, you know, kind of empower you all to help as well, and how we can support you in order to do so. Because, you know, the core thing with community is diversity and experience and skills and expertise, and we've got that all together, and I think we could make a massive impact.
Yeah, definitely. And we rely on all of you to continue to give us feedback, give us notes and thoughts, and hold us accountable on how to best organize all of the potential and you know, the capabilities that we have in the community. So let us know, and we appreciate your ongoing patience with us. You know, we are oftentimes spread thin, but at the same time, we'll make it all happen. We appreciate all of you being willing to contribute and build this with us.
So thank you, Crypto NFT Maniac, and yeah, just keep the conversation up. If, like, you know, any of you DM any of us, and we don't get back to you straight away, we're not rugging you. We're not trying to avoid you. It's just pretty damn hectic. So don't be afraid.
In real
to
life,
ping us.
I'm a project manager, so I know how
it is,
actively kick someone's ass.
It doesn't mean you're not a priority either. Just bug us, make sure we answer. Like, that's the least we can do. But I think with that, we're going to bring this session to a close. I hope you've enjoyed the session. I hope there was some information in there. There was definitely some, you know, good upcoming news. I definitely want to see some talk about it and see what you think. I think some of you already got it right, but let's see how that one progresses. Thank you all for joining in. Thank you everybody who's listening live. Thank you everybody who's going to join in after. DMs are always open. We definitely want to stay committed to keeping these sessions going. We do have a request, if you would allow us. So we would like to continue this on Twitter Spaces, but we would like to do it every other week. So the way we'd like to do it is we could have this one week and have the live stream and AMA with the panel the week after. We're asking for permission to be able to do so, and I hope that still gives us enough FaceTime and voice time with you all, and still gives you enough information that you need. But if you're strongly against it, let us know too. But we are going to do this same time, same place next week. But the week after, we'd like to see if we could do it every other week. So 1 week we'd have the live stream in AMA, and the next week we'd have the reverse AMA. Just let us know if you're comfortable with that and you support it. But once again, thank you very much for sharing and spending your time with us. Thank you very much for the love. Thank you very much for all the support that you give us in our endeavors. We are truly in this together. You are all truly part of this team, and we are committed to achieve great things with the brand, with the game, and with you all as a community. So with that, it's time to say hooly hoo. Go for it, West.
Hooly hoo!
Hooly hoo! And that's Rama time over for today. Thank you very much.
Carrot gang.
Ramadan.
Rama time. Anybody else want to give us a hooly hoo? 6967. I've not heard you say hooly hoo. There you go. And there it is. Thank you very much. Peace.
Peace out, guys.